market right now are, I won't use the word struggling, but I think they're simply marking some time. The bulls are, just waiting for the next trigger, which frankly is not there in the system which is not there in the system right now. But could it be tomato prices? Could it be wheat prices coming down? Or could it be both? Now that's the story what we need to understand from the management of Bector Foods. Manu Talwar, Chief Executive Officer of Bector Food, joins us now. Let's understand from him that how high tomato prices, wheat prices, corn prices, main prices, oil prices have changed business for them. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. So every morning, do you open your phone looking at tomato prices, onion prices, oil prices, wheat prices? Is that what is keeping everybody busy in the hospitality industry and the food industry?
No, definitely the prices has been going up and down, but they are maintaining their calmness. There is some bit of stability compared to last year, definitely there, and which is fine for the food industry as of now.
You see such a big spike in inflation, and it really could be transient also in nature, but such a large spike in inflation which will have a challenge both in terms of supply, availability and margins. How do you deal with it?
In terms of supply side as of now, and the inflation, the consumer inflation which is there, these are the challenges, if you look at, have not clearly settled down over the last 15 months. They have certainly come down, right? They're certainly better than what we were in the last financial year, right? So this is, as an industry and as a company, we have kind of learned to manage and kind of live with that while we work on growing our revenues and volumes and also managing our margins.
Okay. So walk us through what will happen because of high wheat prices for the current quarter and coming 2 quarters. How will you manage your margins?
No, as I said that some bit of volatility we have factored in terms of making sure the margins which we are targeting, we are able to deliver over the next 2-3 quarters. But of course, if we see a larger volatility, that will be impacting. But as of now, over the next 2 quarters, we are good to manage our margins. As of now, the trends what look like.
Right. Mr. Talwar, in the eventuality that wheat prices and some of the other key commodities that you consume in your business don't come off, would you then have to pass on these hikes on to consumers? And are we looking at significant price hikes in the days to come?
Not as of now.
Okay.
I don't think we've reached that stage where we have to look at price increases, right? As of now, we good for the prices, and especially on the biscuit side where we are much lower grade, we always keep a look at the large players, large industry players who are the industry leaders, where the industry is trending, right? But as of now, we see clearly it's a growth which is going to be led by distribution and the volumes over the next 2-3 quarters, unless until the things change quite dramatically, like it happened in the about 4 to 5 quarters back.
Right. Good morning then, Mr. Talwar. I wanted to also understand from you what the outlook is when it comes to the bakery segment, because that's about 35% of your total revenue pie. How do you see that segment growing, and what exactly are going to be some of the levers for growth for the bakery segment?
In case of a bakery segment, I think that lever for growth is primarily the expansion. Bakery is a segment which is a very well growing segment, right? The penetration in this segment is growing month after month, and with the kind of product lines we have, the only way forward is to expand our distribution, service it well, and make it reach to the more consumers, duly supported by the brand marketing.
If your product is in B2B as percentage of your total revenue, where you would be forced to honor the fixed price contracts, and in a sense the price escalations will not be at play and they will only be renegotiated next time.
Yes. So in case of a B2B business, we normally, kind of take care of our buying and commodity for the year, right? So we kind of good for that period. So we don't see a challenge on B2B side.
And as percentage of total sales, how much is that for you, sir?
Pardon?
As percentage of total sales, how much is B2B for you?
It's about 11 odd percent.
Okay, that's not much, 11 all percent, and where you hedged completely. So anybody who's got this huge concern, and especially when I speak to folks on the street, they are of the view that commodity producers are in for a tough time. I think that's a myth. That's not the reality then.
No, so again, what I'm saying that unless until trends see huge amount of adverse change, we see it should be good for next 2-3 quarters. So it's all about that commodity trends remain calm, don't have too much of volatility. It should be good, but unless until we see huge amount of volatility, then things could be different.
So I'm sounding repetitive with this one. So, but you'll appreciate the spirit of my question. I just don't want to get this one wrong. So, Mr. Talwar, what you are sharing with our viewers is that right now, even though commodity prices are high, it is something you can manage. It is not a stress. It is not an alarming situation for you.
It's not as alarming as it was last year in the beginning of last financial year and the end of the previous financial year. So it's not, I'm sure industry players would agree that we are not in that stage as of now. But we do expect that supply chain should remain well in place and there should not be huge amount of volatility.
Since a lot of crop will start coming in and around Diwali and Dussehra, especially for cereal, what is your understanding how the sowing is moving? When you speak to your farmers, when you speak to some of your partners, are you getting a sense that, like tomato prices have come down after the new crop has come down, even grain prices and wheat prices will start coming down?
To be honest, I don't think we have too much of, kind of analysis and knowledge on that as of now. So what's going to be a future trend down 3 months or 4 months from now? So it'll be tough for me to comment on this.
When I speak to your peers, there are two trends which are visible. Trend number one is that the luxury or premium FMCG stroke food categories are doing exceptionally well. But there is a stress on the rural end and there is a stress on basic entry-level food categories. Is that something which is prevalent for you also? If yes, why? And do you see that changing?
So definitely, you see, we are at a stage as a company, right, where our prime amount of growth is being led by distribution expansion, right? So we are very aggressively growing our distribution, duly supported by marketing, brand marketing, right, which is the lever of growth for our company, right? So that's good for us as of now. In terms of coming the trends on the premium side, yes, definitely the premium segment, especially in the biscuit side, we are noticing is growing better than the mass and value segment. And as a company, we are a company which are primarily in the value and the premium category. We are not so much in the mass category.
Talwar, great to have you today on ET Now. Thank you so much for taking the time out and giving us perspective on how this high agri-commodity inflation is actually impacting business such as yours.
Right. Thank you very much.